Manchester United have been busy in the transfer market this summer, but there still remains time for players to leave Old Trafford before the end of the window. But with the likes of Mason Mount and Andre Onana coming in, added to an already large squad, it means it won't be possible for Erik ten Hag to give everybody the minutes they deserve. Some of United's fringe players still might leave before the transfer window closes at the end of August. We've taken a look at 5 of the players who may still be looking for pastures new in the final days of the window, and where they might end up. Harry Maguire. Maguire's reputation has taken a battering during his 4 years at Manchester United, but there's a consensus that he would be a valuable asset to other Premier League sides. Having spent much of last season on the bench and being stripped of the captaincy, the England defender is available to leave Old Trafford. West Ham, with their Declan Rice booty burning a hole in their back pocket, have already had a £20 million bid knocked back. Everton are also thought to be interested, and you imagine he'd do very well at Goodison Park. For his part, Maguire wants to stay at United and fight for his place. It wouldn't be the greatest surprise if he was still at the club at the start of September. Fred. Despite better performances than his critics will have you believe, Fred is surplus to requirements at United, following the arrivals of Casemiro, Christian Eriksen and Mason Mount, plus interest in Sofyan Amrabat. Having been strongly linked with Fulham earlier in the window, and the obligatory offers from Saudi Arabia, the Brazil international is now rumoured to be off to Galatasaray for around £20 million. I think Fred was outstanding against Atletico Madrid, and probably no one says it enough. Actually, Gary Neville said in March 2022, the problem with Fred is he was £60 million. The problem has never been, to be fair, Fred's commitment, his levels of performance. I know people are critical of him, but he does what he does very well. Every club at the top of the league has a Fred, but they don't ordinarily pay £60 million for the player. And I think that's the problem, that you expect more when you pay that sort of money. But I think he's been very good this last 12 to 18 months, even 2 or 3 years to be fair. Donny van de Beek. Very much the forgotten man of Manchester United, Van de Beek's 3 years in England have been increasingly miserable as he's failed to nail down a first-team spot. It is hard to say where my future is, Van de Beek said, after capping his return from 6 months out with the winning goal in United's 1-0 victory over Lyon at Murrayfield last month. I am coming back from injury. I have trained for a few weeks now, and I have played my first minutes today. I am fit, but I still need to keep going and try to push as hard as possible. Let's see what happens. There is also the possibility that I move. Everything is open. Real Sociedad were reportedly on the brink of sealing a move for the Netherlands international, but are now having second thoughts about his fitness record. Van de Beek's purgatory could well continue. Scott McTominay. United have set an asking price of £40 million for McTominay, reflecting their stance that the Scotland midfielder will only be allowed to leave Old Trafford if a huge offer comes in. West Ham have reportedly balked at United's valuation, but may return with an offer as the deadline nears, while Celtic and Newcastle have also been linked with a move for the 26-year-old. Dean Henderson. Henderson has been widely expected to join Nottingham Forest after his successful loan spell at the City Ground last season. An initial £15 million fee has been proposed, but this figure could rise to £20 million once various add-ons are accounted for. Furthermore, United is keen to include a sell-on clause in any potential permanent deal, adding an extra layer of complexity to the negotiations for the England goalkeeper. The deal hasn't gone through yet, with reports circulating that Forest are considering a move for Arsenal's Matt Turner instead, but we'd be surprised if Henderson was on United's books by the end of the month.